What made him / her bad in bed? He asked me to stop moving. I was confused but I honored the request. Didn't move. He repeated himself. So I asked, you want my vagina to stop moving? He said yes. I don't think I have ever laughed so hard in my life. An ex once initiated anal by simply thrusting it in during sex. I yelled, cried and later found out I had a tear in my sphincter. My ex was loud. Like really loud, but she didn't match it in activity in bed. She just lay there, completely still, screaming her head off like some victim of a motorcycle accident. He kept playing this weird-ass song that sampled a door opening and closing. He would fuck me to the melody of the song and overall I was not into it. Everything was good until he talked about his exes for 30 minutes after we were done. Every time. No foreplay. Just taking off his pants and figuring it was up to me to be in the mood and good to go. This man's balls smelled like corn tortillas. When I realized it, all the memories of my abuela taking me to the tortilla factory came flooding back. I hate corn tortillas. Edit, this story earned me my first gold. Thanks for making the trauma a little better, kind stranger. So he was standing at the end of the bed, my legs were up and he didn't do anything except for lift my hips up and down. No thrusting either, just up and down. It was so odd. Guy immediately took his pants off, then took mine off, licked his hand and rubbed my vag vigorously for 5 seconds and tried to stick it in. As soon as he licked his hand, I asked WTF he was doing and that's when he started to rub me and told him I'm not even wet and that didn't feel good. He said, what do you mean? I wet my hand and now you're wet bro, not how that works. Okay, so I saw chewed spicy gum before a blowjob and it made me think of the time I put toothpaste on my dick to freshen it up for a lady love. It burned a bit. I kept telling her to hurry up and lick it off but she just kept saying you put toothpaste on your dick. He said he doesn't do foreplay, then had the audacity to ask if I had any lube because I was too dry. He absolutely didn't see the correlation. He always farted while coming. I couldn't concentrate just thinking and waiting for the fucking fart. Edit, added he, cause it wasn't me. Second edit, thanks for the award guys. Not listening to the words coming out of my mouth and my clear signs of discomfort when he was doing things as he thought should be done and not in a pleasurable way for me, at all. Also, men and women, please cut and file your damn nails if you're going to stick them in sensitive places. Would literally go down on me for maybe 60 seconds and after expected a Gork 9000 style BJ to completion afterwards. Every time. Nope. Edit, of all things to blow up. My ex didn't know how to properly wipe /wash his ass and would constantly leave skid marks on the bed when I was on top, nauseated faced why I never said anything. Also he would tongue jab my lady bits and think he was doing something. Every time is just a copy paste of the last time. You always know when and how it's going to start and exactly what he's going to do and in which order he's gonna do it. Telling him I liked when he did X and how I'd like it if he did Y and he says yeah, I'll have that in mind next time but ends up never, ever, doing X nor Y. One of my lady friends once told us that she was dating a doctor. Their sex sessions went something like, him asking every 20 seconds whether she was okay continuing the foreplay. Once the intercourse would start, every 3 to 4 thrust, he would ask whether she was fine and not in pain or discomfort. He was a very caring person but it did not translate well during sex. Insisting on doing a side-to-side motion, like his dick was a penguin stuck in a bank teller tube. He was behaving like Bunny on Adra and with that overly aggressive, never taking into account what I would suggest, ECT. And no, he wasn't young or inexperienced. Heavy breathing constantly BC, he's a smoker, and his big googly eyes just staring at me like. She grabbed me by the face while she was riding me and with a guttural roar she told me look me in the eyes. I didn't know her voice could go that low d, kinda spooked me. The guy said come for me baby when I was nowhere near that point. It made me go silent actually lol. It how you ladies fake it, props to you lol. She said I was small, she apologized saying it was just a cheeky joke and started complimenting it to make me feel better, but the damage was done and the vibe was gone. Edit, not that small, I'd say above average. We'd joke around with each other a lot, so that's all it was, I swear. Not being involved in the moment. Some women just lay there and don't move. No matter what you do. He told me sex was about him having an orgasm, and if I had one he wouldn't enjoy it. Divorce is a wonderful thing, folks. She had long sharp nails and chewed on my clit. Felt like I was being tortured, and she seemed annoyed that I wasn't enjoying it. Everything he did with force. And not in the "oh that's hot" kind of way. He'd grab my breasts and squeeze them like he was trying to make them pop or something. In many other ways in bed, he would just try to go too hard and too fast. I told him several times that he needed to be more gentle and that it didn't need to be a rush. He was hurting me. He'd say oh okay, but then never make adjustments. These responses remind me of a joke. Mom to her daughter, are you sexually active? Daughter, no, I usually just lay there. He kept shushing me. Not in a sexy way. I wasn't being particularly loud. We had his place to ourselves. No guy had ever done that before. He was very attractive with a big ol' dick. But his stroke game was not it. It was like straight outta Seinfeld. He tried to do it while the kids were both in our bed from nightmares. Edit, y'all don't worry / argue about the they part, I just didn't want to say he. His moans sounded like a chicken clucking. His high squeaky grunts still haunt me sometimes and make me pee and cry from laughter. I couldn't fuck him without ending up in tears from laughter. I hope he's okay wherever he is. I think my laughing traumatized him, but every time he went I heard *book, then ooh hoo hee hee. All she did was lay there and wheeze. I could have done card tricks, backflips and peeking circus shit and it wouldn't have mattered. Being a dead fish in bed, even when she was on top, it was just uninspired. Also, she stopped me several times from making her orgasm. She was embarrassed to come. What the fuck are we even doing here, babe? I started giving a guy a BJ and he told me to stop and asked what I was doing. I said a blowjob. He said that's not how you do it. I asked if he had something he liked. He said you're supposed to blow on it, not suck it. Dudes that think doggy is the end all, be all of positions. Jackhammering, just stop. Me telling them what I specifically don't like and they do it anyway. Only caring about making himself come, not being involved or in the moment. If I look at you and you're not even there while we are having sex, it's just a no. Squeezing my tits like he was trying to juice them. Horrible, horrible lay. Ju *do *suck in bed and I faked every orgasm for 13 years.